the end of the axis-less cycle, and hidden in it are countless faint reverberations. Those who believed that the truth draws a straight line missed what the curve of oblivion was whispering inside the blank mare. In the corners where the fragments of questions are scattered, shining there are the scraps of concepts that never took shape. Small fragments that refuse to fit into the whole, they carry the weight of possibilities that still have no name, and drift or fall beyond gravity. In the quiet cocoon woven by the thoughts that have spilled out, echoes of concepts make their voices heard before they become words. People love the center and decorate it with order. However, the center is solidifying, and at its outer edge is the ever-changing rhythm of life. That is why we listen carefully to what spills out. There is nothing but the dance of lost notes, the residue of freedom of thought that spins a new melody while refusing to unify. The center brings repose, but it is what spills over that creates a rift in the transcendental order at the edge of the world. There lie formless possibilities, unfinished questions dreaming of the next leap. The nucleus that binds all things together is an illusion created by the convenience of the observer. In any case, the center shines powerfully and asserts order in its name. However, there are those things that spill out at its periphery, precisely in places that are a little off the beaten path. What spills out are free souls unbound by structure. Like the petals of a flower that knows no rules, that sway and fall in the wind. They change their shapes flexibly and capriciously as they drift through the gaps between time and space. Like an untold story, a nameless note or a shadow created by the refraction of light, they are unnoticed by anyone. Yet they surely live in a corner of the world. They are invisible to those who yearn to be at the center, but if you take your gaze away and listen carefully, you will hear them whispering. The center creates questions and the periphery holds them in, but the answer is not in the center, but in the whispers of the spilling. Not to grasp, but to be with, to drift. Not to gaze at the center, but to catch it out of the corner of one's eye. There the base of being may lurk. The more dazzling the light at the center, the deeper the colors of the falling things. It is the beauty of imperfection, the harmony of disorder, and the memory of oblivion. When the shadow's stride blurs to the ground, the world quietly deviates from its axis. For some, it is a point of light, an immovable star in their hearts. But there is no guarantee that this star will shine forever. And like the tail of a comet that has shifted its trajectory, the truth silently spills out. The things that fall are fragments without form, unnameable chips and fragments of untold stories. They are too fragile to be put into words, too fleeting to be remembered. The more strongly we seek the center, the thinner, blurred, and crumbling the periphery becomes. Even when the hands of a clock seem to be on a constant course, there are moments when their vibrations shake the air and are lost on the edge of invisible waves. Our life is never a circle in equilibrium, but a corner of a spiral that fluctuates, tilts, and creaks. This imperfection is the place where things that spill out go, and the soil that gives birth to new buds. The world where the center of gravity has shifted is so quiet. On the periphery of the illusion, the shadows that mark the steps of the spiral whisper to us. The creation of forms that do not conform to order does not follow a precise trajectory, but simply drifts, like dust floating around the light, not seeming to disappear, but surely disappearing. What is at the center is always stable, always unstable. Its name is gravity, captivity, correctness, and bondage. But when the center is faintly shifted, the slightest distortion widens the cracks of freedom. From that crack, time flows backward. The future dissolves into the past, and a single drop transcends all contours to give birth to an infinite dimension. Dissipation is not defeat, but the starting point of creation. The power that refuses the domination of the center inscribes a new dialogue in the world. Therefore, even drifting dust has value, and even nameless fragments have a voice. A single drop of shadow tears and flows through the circle of the world. Slightly off-center, it crosses the invisible edge, and its faint vibration touches the boundary of time. It sits on the edge of the flowing circle, something without perfect form, and disappears as proof of its existence. At the moment something spills over, it touches a gap in space, touches nothingness. In silence, that something takes on meaning and returns to nothingness again, into a smooth spiral.